Hey, what's up? It's been a long time since I've made a video, so I hope you're ready for a ton of updates. Let's talk very first about weight loss, because that's pretty much what this channel started on, was my giant weight loss journey. 2019 was pretty much a disaster. I had a baby in February of 2019. It was a rough recovery because I ended up having an emergency C-section. I retained a lot of fluid. I had some infections, and I ate a lot of comfort food, and I gained a lot of weight. And I have pretty much been 20 pounds heavier than the day I delivered my baby. So like pregnancy weight, like highest pregnancy weight, this whole time. And it has been really freaking hard. I feel like the body that I have had for the last year has been a body like I don't know how to dress it. It's uncomfortable. It's different to move. I just am not happy at this size and this weight. But I've also not mentally been in a place where I have been able to make very much progress with food, nutrition, weight loss. I've tried 100 different times and I have failed all of those times except for where I'm at currently. So with that little intro, it's been a year. Let's talk about where I'm at right now, this very second. I just started my 5th week following a meal plan that I purchased. Basically, the short story, because it's kind of a long story, is I just, how do I turn this long story into a short story? Basically, I read some very, very thought-provoking books about binge eating, and I realized that for the last few years, I've really wanted to take nutrition advice from the wrong places. I've wanted to have a very gentle approach, a very like moderate approach, not do anything crazy, not do anything extreme, because those things feel safe and comfortable and easy. And so as you've noticed, for the last couple years, I've been like very much anti-diet. I've been very much anti cutting food groups out. And this book that I read about binge eating just helped me to realize that for me personally, I really have to take a different path. I have to take a different road, and all the advice that you read in like the newspaper, if you talk to a registered dietitian, most of the time, their message is not directed for people who struggle with food addiction and morbid obesity. I don't know how else to put it other than I just had to quit listening to the advice of people that maybe don't really understand food addiction and what it's like when you literally need to lose like 100 pounds plus, 100 plus pounds. So I also started really, really paying close attention to what people do who have lost and kept off over 100 pounds. And I kind of came up with my list of things that all of those people do. And not a one of them made small, simple changes, at least the people that I have seen. They had to flip their world and their life upside down. And they're the ones who maybe you follow on Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, do you seriously eat like this every day? Yeah, they do. Do they ever have a rough night where they're like, oh, fine, I'm just gonna like blow it and, I don't know, hit some restaurant? Probably not very often, if at all. Like, they drew some lines in the sand and they came up with their boundaries and they stick to them. And I did not want to have to be one of those people. I just really wanted it to be like, oh, I can have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and on my birthday, I'd really love to have a cake, and on my children's birthdays, I really want to make them like a big fancy cake, and on my anniversary, I want to be able to have this. And it was like, I didn't want to do anything that would make me eliminate any of those things that I've always traditionally done. Yeah, but this book really helped me see that there's some things that I just gotta cut. And it sucks. So it took me a little while to like accept that. And then randomly, I was just on Instagram and I saw an ad and it was like, take this keto quiz, customizable keto thing. And I like watched the advertisement and it's like, a lot of the keto diets are for men and they don't realize that women need treats and women want, you know, a variety and women need more of this and that. And I was like, what the heck? So I looked at the ad and I purchased the plan and it was $40. And then the next day I emailed customer service and I was like, can I please have a refund? Because I was like, I'm not ready for this. I do not want to be part of that world. I just don't want to do that. And then I thought about all of the people that I know who have been wildly successful on keto. And one person in particular, Tammy over at Keto and the Chaos, I feel like she comes from a very similar cultural background. We are the same religion and a lot of cultural things that go on in our religion, at least for me. I can't speak for her, but I assume that she knows what it's like to be around a lot of like just a lot of social situations that are like married to food situations. Like lots of potlucks and desserts and treats and it just kind of all meshes together. And she's been really successful. It's amazing how successful she has been. So you should go check her out. She's somebody that I really look up to. And I have other friends that have followed the keto diet for a long time. And I definitely like look up to them as well. But I just never felt like I could do it the way that they do it. And so in my mind, I'm like, well, I can't do keto because I don't want to do it this particular way. And this book also really helped me to realize that I got to do what's best for me. And I can't just try to follow somebody else's template. I don't know. I just feel like I've learned so many things and it's kind of hard to simplify it, but the book was really life-changing. It's called Never Binge Again by Glenn Livingston, and you can go to his website and get a free download, I think, of that book. And then all of his other books on Kindle are super cheap to download as ebooks, and they're all amazing. They're exactly what I needed and really gave me the courage to make some changes and just do it. I don't think I would have been ready a few months ago. I think that I was just ready now for this, and I'm so glad that I went back to that Instagram quiz and I took it again, and I loved that I could say that I only want my meat sources to be chicken and fish. I don't want to eat red meat consistently, so I didn't want a meal plan that included a ton of red meat. There are certain vegetables that are just really expensive where I live, and so I just selected the vegetables that I knew that I could afford and that I would want to eat. And then I bought the month meal plan, and then I was like, what the heck? I'm going to buy it for another 12 months because it was like on a special. So I paid, because I know everybody's going to ask, and I don't know why people are like, well, you should go look at it for yourself. No, I paid $139 for access to this website. The name is Konscious Keto with a K. I kind of think it might be associated with some other keto companies. I don't know for sure, but I know that they sell products, and I felt like when I was taking their quiz, they were like also heavily pushing their products, but luckily you don't have to take their products. If I wasn't filming on my phone, I would show you what it's like, but basically it's my personalized meal plan, and there's a drop down menu. It's like week 1, and then it shows you all of the breakfasts, lunch, dinner, and snacks for the week. Or you can select a day on your phone, and every single recipe is interchangeable. So if you look at your meal plan and you're like, I don't really want to have cod, you could switch it out for like a salmon recipe. Or if you really like the like enchilada chicken, green chili, I don't know, meal for dinner, and you want to have that twice, then you just make that twice. There's a couple breakfasts that I really, really like, and so I just stick to those. There's a couple that I'm like, I don't really like my eggs cooked that way. I'll just have some hard-boiled eggs. So for me, recipes was like the biggest selling point, because one of the stressful things about keto is that, or low carb, is that it's just like really hard to know exactly what to cook. I like to cook. I like variety. I don't like to eat the same things over and over and over and over. I like to be able to say, what sounds good today, and then make something. That's how I thrive. And so this particular little program that I bought has been like, I feel like it was like designed for me, and I have really, really liked it. I have not tracked at all, and the website says like, don't worry about tracking, let weight loss be your guide, which I love. The whole program is designed for you to keep it 20 to 30 carbs or less. So I also feel pretty safe eating, just picking and choosing the recipes. I have had a really big appetite the first couple weeks, and as I have gone on, like my appetite has definitely gone down. And so it's fine for me to go a few hours without eating. And I know that sometimes I'm eating just because I want to, not necessarily because I'm hungry. And I'm okay with that. And if I have to change that because I stop losing weight, then I will. But it's been really great. I lost 14 pounds my first month. I know. I didn't really want to talk about how much I was losing because I think that water weight can like be really deceiving. I'm sure that half of that was water weight, and so it's really hard to know like how much was. I don't expect to. What I'm getting at is I don't expect to lose 14 pounds in a month ever again. I don't know. Maybe it would happen, but I expect it to really slow down, like maybe 1 or 2 pounds a week moving forward. I don't know. I just barely started the 5th week, so I don't know, but I've stayed low carb through every situation: wedding, traveling, holiday, Thanksgiving. It's been honestly the easiest plan that I've ever followed, and I didn't think I could ever be the person who was cut out sugar, and I have. But I really like that I get to have replacements for some of my favorite foods, and I know that one reason why I don't want to say, well, I'm doing keto is because I know that there's a lot of judgment for people who make keto versions of their favorite foods, and that's just one message that scared me away from keto. I don't know, I just feel like the keto food police is just like the meanest, except for vegans. Where is the love and the support? That's what I loved about Weight Watchers, but the Weight Watchers program, unfortunately, I don't know. I think they kind of crashed and burned with their freestyle program. At least I kind of stopped seeing lots of weight loss success stories. And I don't mean that to sound judgy, but I didn't really see very many weight loss success stories. So I'm done with Weight Watchers. Where I live, it was not like a happy community place, but I love my like internet friends who are doing Weight Watchers. Like that's where like I feel like the most supportive and loving and kind people all came from was when I started my channel almost 4 years ago, I forget exactly when. And yeah, so yeah, done with Weight Watchers. I'm not even tracking Points Plus. Still love the idea of the community and the community support. I'm really not ever going to call myself keto publicly because I don't want people creeping on my channel telling me not to ketofy things, or don't have this bar, or you shouldn't be eating that, or like, look at the ingredients on this, that one. I don't know. I just want to eat what I want to eat and lose weight. And if I run into problems where I'm having a stall, I am a big girl and I will deal with it. I don't need Sammy Joe from who knows where telling me that, I shouldn't be eating something. Like, it makes me feel like some mean grandma, or like, I don't know, some mean adult, like, getting after me as a kid. Like, you shouldn't be eating that. Like, it does not resonate well with me, if you can't tell. I don't like people who give unhelpful, unsolicited advice. The people who don't know you, just like strangers who like maybe come across your Instagram or your YouTube. I see it all the time on other people's channels, and I've experienced it like a tiny bit on mine, but it's mostly what I see on other people's, where it's just like the most judgmental, unhelpful, stupid comments. And I'm like, you guys probably just read, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of those comments are just people thinking that they like learned something new and now they want to like share their knowledge with the world, and like, oh, I'm just so glad that I learned this, and now it's my mission in life to go and tell everybody that they shouldn't eat this or they shouldn't eat that, or that might raise their blood sugar or whatever. And I think for me, my main thing is that ketosis is not magic. A calorie deficit is what I will be relying on to lose weight. If I end up being in a state of ketosis, I don't know if I am. That's not my goal. My goal is a calorie deficit and to eat high fat, low carb. There's a million reasons I need to eat low carb. For 3 cases of gestational diabetes being 3 of those reasons, 2 parents with type 2 diabetes being 2 more of those reasons, me being like very morbidly obese being another reason, a food addiction to sugar and sweets and junk food, another reason. I just need this, and I know that it's extreme, but I'm okay with the extreme because like I feel like I need to pay the price now, and this is speaking to me and working for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So I feel like I have so many updates, and I'm already like almost 20 minutes in, so I'm gonna peace out on this one, and then in part 2 of like, where has Stephanie been? Where are all my updates? Will be part 2, and then I will upload that next. But I'm gonna be in my same hoodie, and I'm going to be in my same spot. So I'll catch you guys later for part 2.